This class and video is for beginners and players who want to learn how to serve, or players who want to go from a pancake serve to a normal serve with a continental grip. My name is Patrik Broddfelt, a tennis coach from Norway. So the first step is to have a correct grip. You should use the continental grip. To get the continental grip, you take a racket in your non-dominant hand like this, take your thumb and index finger against the frame like this, and all the way down. Make sure you have a high index finger. That will help you in the serve. If you're still unsure how the grip should look like, I have made another video about that topic. I will list it in the description or at the end of the video later on. So when you have that grip, you will make contact up here with your frame. So what you have to do then is to pronate to be able to hit with your strings like this. So the first exercise I like to do, using your continental grip, bounce it like this. Hit a couple of serves like this. So when you get up here, what you have to do now is pronate to be able to hit with the strings. So the next exercise I like to do then, still holding the same grip, down and pronate. Getting the frame towards the ball, and just before hitting, you pronate. That's how you pronate. Make sure you're using your forearm and shoulder rotation, inward rotation. And I made a video about pronation as well with lots of drills you can practice on. But as a beginner, start with these two. And let's get to the next progression. So how should you stand with your feet? Well, when you serve, you want your left foot pointing towards the net post over there, or 45 degrees. Your back foot should be parallel to the other foot. And now when we practice, I want you to start in abbreviated position like this, and not do the whole swing. So the next couple of drills we're doing, start in this position. Don't let your elbow drop or too high. So I have it in a plane like this. The ball should be in your non-dominant hand. When you toss the ball, don't throw it up. Make sure you're just lifting, extending your arm. Don't use your legs. Don't bend over and release. That's some common mistakes I see. If you start with those common mistakes, it will be really tough to have a good rhythm in your serve. So make sure you're standing on your back foot, starting like this, releasing your ball at eye height level. Your arm should be straight, not bent. When you're holding the ball, don't hold it in a palm like this, because then it will roll out and create a lot of spin. Don't hold it in your fingertips like this either, because then it will be very unstable. But you should be in your fingertips, but lower down here. And that's how you should hold the ball. And when you release, you open up your fingers like a flower. And that's how you get a consistent toss every time. The first exercise we will do is standing close to the net and just practice on the contact point. So making sure you have your feet correct, the service grip, starting here, trophy position, go up and make contact. So make sure you extend your whole arm when making contact here. up, contact. Notice I'm not hitting the ball, I'm just stopping here, making sure I have balance. If I don't have a correct toss, this will happen. I will lose the balance, okay? So if you have balance, you have a good contact point. And that's what we're looking for now. Just good contact points, making sure you're able to pronate like this. Without switching your grip. If you're doing it like this in the serve, you won't be able to hit a good serve with speed and spin. So make sure you're holding your continental grip, so you're not cheating on that. If you are cheating, look at that video I talked about earlier about the continental grip. I'll show you some drills you can do to correct this mistake. Okay, let's get to progression number 2. We're going to stand on the service line or even closer. It doesn't matter where the serve goes, if it goes into the correct service box, just focusing on making the correct contact points. Don't hit hard either. So start like this, up, contact, and you follow through. When you follow through here, make sure you have a balance, crossing your arms like this. And if I would have a clock here, I would see that. Watch. Okay? So if you're ending up like this, it's not the correct way. So start like this, contact, follow through. Make sure you're standing still with your feet. Don't do this one. It will be really difficult. Just practice on this. Yes, it will feel awkward in the beginning and maybe a little bit difficult. You might as well get a lot of side spin like this. This might happen. Well, that's okay. Then you learn how to hit a slicer. Then you just have to learn to pronate a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with that serve. So the next progression would be slowly moving backwards and maybe aiming into correct service box. Okay? So what is the correct service box? Well, if you're standing to the right of this middle mark here, you have to serve cross court into that small area over there with service box. If you're standing on this side, left side, you have to serve it into this box. I will make sure from this one, I will take a couple steps back, be here, go back, and now I want to aim for a correct service box. And then I go all the way back. As you can see, I transfer my weight from the right foot over to the left foot when I make contact. All the way around. So now when I make contact, I will show that whole foot sole back to the back fence or camera for now. Don't try to hit hard. Just try to hit it in. Be consistent. When you manage to hit 7, 8 serves out of 10, then you can move to the next progression. This might take 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, when you feel ready to move to the next level. But don't wait too long either, because then you might get stuck in this position. So the next progression would then be to have a take back. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. One is the classic one. You're starting here between the legs somewhere, and your rackets go up like this. So your arms go up together. You're starting here, make sure your arms going up together. And then you can release the ball, catch it. Practice on this. Make sure you're in a trophy position here. Yes, practice on this part. Notice I have my weight on the back foot. That's why I'm lifting that toe up like this. Another way you can do it, it's a little bit more abbreviated, more like this. You're going around up like this. Instead of taking racket back, you go this way up. Make sure you have a good rhythm. And you can do something in between. Make sure you're not doing like this, going from in front to the back and then hit, because then you might injure your shoulder. So don't go this way, okay? Always have to go back and up. Go back and up. Short swing, longer swing. So practice on that. That's something you can do at home as well. The next step is to do the same with hitting. So you're standing here, making sure you have a balance. We're not going to jump yet. Make sure you're hitting up on the ball. Don't hit forward or down. You always want to make sure you hit up into the ball. So we have a stance, starting position, ball correctly in your fingertips, starting on your back leg. So practice on that. When you manage to do it consistently, you can start adding your legs. So I will start in a platform stance. That means your feet are standing still, not moving forward. So what you want to do then is you do your regular motion. You go up to the trophy position. And when you're here, you're bending your knees forward. Yeah. Go up, bending your knees forward. So that means the knees should point somewhere around to the net post there. And your left arm goes to the net post. And you go up and into that position. And then you jump. You can do it without the ball first. So the easiest way is to do this. You do your service motion to go up and jump. Make sure you land inside the baseline, okay? Standing here, go back, bam. This is a classical mistake I see. Then you already use up the knee bend, okay? So that's why it's so important. Don't use your knees when you're trying to toss your ball up, okay? So weight on the back foot. You go up And then you bend. You don't want to sit down. Just bending your knees forward towards the net post. And then you jump up and hit. So that's how you should practice your serve. When you master this, you can start adding more power, more spin into serve, learning the slide serve first, and then maybe the kick serve. But start learning pronation first. If you're a beginner, stop using your forehand grip, the pancake serve like this. Start trying to use more continental grip. You don't have to go all the way. You can do something in between the beginning. It's okay. And instead of doing this second serve like this, you're doing first serve like this. You missed, and you do second serve like this. I see this a lot of times. Stop doing it. Much better to hit a slower first serve. Get that consistent. If you miss that one, what you can do then is hit a forehand like this. Instead of practicing bad habits. So if you're playing points, instead of practicing bad habits, serving pancake like this, it's much better to hit a forehand like this and practice on your correct grip first.